And Coulter, you say much of what we did was right.
I think you have mischaracterized my position. Some things were good, some things were not. And the way you can basically, the quickest way to determine what was useful in the war on terrorism and what was not is whatever liberals screamed bloody murder about was very important on the war on terrorism. The policies they supported were utterly useless. For example, I completely disagree with Matt on Iraq. I think Iraq was a crucial part of the war on terrorism. If you had to choose between Iraq and Afghanistan, I'd take Iraq over Afghanistan. But certainly we'd accomplished everything we were going to in Afghanistan in the first 6 months, give or take a week. We did not need to send more troops. Department of Homeland Security. Whose idea was that? That was the Jersey girls.
Let's slow down now. With you, I have to slow you down. Let's now.
Patriot Act, fantastic. Gitmo, fantastic. Waterboarding, not bad, though torture would have been better. That's the bad war, the war of convenience versus the war of choice.
Well, if we should have gotten out of Afghanistan, why should we have gone into Iraq?
Because Iraq, for one thing, has natural resources. It's a very important region of the world. You have basically sane people, pro-Western, young population led by a crazy leader who was trying to acquire weapons of mass destruction. We needed an Arab Israel. We got it in Iraq. That is a fantastic country for regime change and a very dangerous leader in a crucial area of the country. By contrast, Afghanistan, by and large, the Afghanis have never been the invaders. They are the invadees. The Taliban invited bin Laden in order to fight the Northern Alliance. Yes, they needed to be punished for that, but once they were punished, it's a rotten country for regime change. They have no natural resources.
Are we safer? Is that our national security to go into Iraq?
Yes.
Haven't we made more enemies now who want to kill us?
No, that's a crazy ACLU argument. Absolutely not. And just to take one small example, when there were those Muhammad cartoons, the 40% waste, but with the TSA thing, it is this sickness of political correctness that we will sacrifice ourselves on the altar of everyone being treated the same, even when it makes no sense. And I'm not suggesting that Muslims be treated cruelly at airport security. I don't care, give them cocktails, but a little extra check of somebody who looks like a possible terror.
Coming next.
One of your last points since September 11th, torture. Waterboarding was great, you say.
Yeah, I mean, it took 10 years, but we know now that the waterboarding helped lead us to Osama bin Laden. 10 years. Maybe if they had tried torture, we could have found him in under 10 years.
And yet I hear from many people in the national security business that torture does not work.
This is such a lie. Torture works beautifully.